You guys, so in this video, I'm going to show you how to massively increase your FPS while also increasing the visual quality of your game, like dramatically. For me, this over doubles my performance at certain resolutions and with certain settings. I am combining this with my gsync settings from the other videos, but you don't have to if you don't want to. If you are super against syncing, then it's fine. This will work for you anyway. I want to just show you the comparison. So this is my frame rate with everything on ultra except like reflections and RTX. I'm at 150 with 200% render scale. Okay, I have a 3080 and 11700 KF, and let me show you the difference this trick and without. So there you go. I just now turned it off. Now with these exact same settings, I am at less than 60 FPS. As you can see, I just turned it off. So less than 60 frames now. It is significantly worse looking and significantly laggier. This trick is one of the easiest things you could possibly do, and it's going to massively improve your performance, your input lag, your visuals, everything. Okay, so for this trick, super easy. You're going to go to your local disk C. You're going to go users, your username, app data, local, Halo Infinite settings, and you're going to go to this one right here, spec control settings.json. So you're going to open this in Notepad. And then all you have to do this is really easy, is you are going to go to minimum frame rate right here. And you could put this to something absurd if you want. It will kind of try to get there, but it might make it extra blurry. I'm putting mine at 300 and my target is literally only like 220. Right? Target frame rate up here, just leave that 960 and make sure VSync is off on this one. So this needs to be 0 or it will not work. So set your minimum frame rate here above your monitor's hertz. You might want to tinker with this for this to work best. I just have mine set to 300 right now. And then set your VSync here, make sure this is 0, and then make sure the target frame rate here is 960. That's unlocked. And then file save. Now, if you want this to work best and you followed my gsync guides, go ahead and use RTSS to frame cap. Have this here set to reflex, and then you could have this on whichever one of these you prefer. Before frame presentation is still the best frame pacing. I have it set to auto for now. I've been going back and forth, just playing around with it. You should too, because they're going to feel different for you. If you follow the gsync guides from before that I gave you and you're using gsync, set this to 3 below your monitor's hertz. If you did not follow gsync guide and you don't want to use gsync vsync for whatever reason, even though that definitely works best for this, set your frame rate limit here, right click it and click there, and this will set it to the exact hertz of your monitor. If you have a 240 hertz monitor, rather than putting 240, just right click that, and then you will have your frame rates at the exact hertz of your monitor. If you don't want to use RTSS, you could frame cap using NVIDIA Control Panel, or in NVIDIA Control Panel, you could turn on ultra low latency and then turn VSync and gsync on, and it will automatically cap you to 225, but I recommend using RTSS with reflex. If you are on AMD, you could either use the AMD chill frame rate limiter for this, or you could just go ahead and set this frame rate limiter to async or back edge sync. Those will be the two fastest ones. Whichever one looks better for you, preferably. Front edge sync has the best frame pacing, but it is a little bit laggier than the other two. But if you are on NVIDIA, I absolutely recommend using reflex for this. Once you're in game, after you set that, you go ahead and increase your render resolution as much as you want and try to get to a point where you could still reach your frame target that you have set. Have it set to a point where you could reach whatever your target is. So if it's 240, you know, get to 240 or whatever you're comfortable with, you know. But for me, I have mine set around 120% to like 30% at the moment. There is a limit to how many frames this could actually get you. If I put my render resolution all the way down at 360, if I put this down to 54, it gets really, really ugly and blurry, but it does get me a lot of frames. Like if I go back in here, I could get, you know, if I like stare at the floor, you know, this gets me like 300 plus FPS, but that looks really ugly. I would not play like that unless you like playing the game from underwater. It's not worth it. But this could also just, you know, if you just go ahead and put yourself at 100% resolution, this, instead of lowering your resolution to get to your target frame rates, you could have your game look reasonably good all of the time, or you could have your game look a lot better most of the time, and then it will only lower the resolution in sections where you can't really even see it. frame cap outside. It prevents the input lag. It also prevents the game from getting as blurry, so the game will not look as blurry. It's like the game is going to be trying to get that many frames, so you end up with a lot steadier of frame rate. Your lows will be higher, your average frame rate will be higher, and then your game will still look really good instead of getting all super blurry by having that frame cap in game. Super easy performance increase while also increasing your graphics like crazy. So if you want, you could go ahead and put everything in ultra and do this, and your game will look amazing. It will just be very, very slightly more input lag if you put everything in ultra, depending on your system. If you have a really good system, you probably could get away with it with no added input lag. On my 3080, if I put everything to ultra and I have my render resolution at like 120% with this, it gives me 1 to 2 milliseconds of extra input lag. So I turned hardware GPU scheduling off on my system because I noticed that it was causing more stutters and more frame inconsistencies. And I wanted my frame rates to be smoother, and I wanted the game to have less stutters. It was making gsync work worse. So with hardware GPU acceleration on, about every second to every second and a half, half of my frames would be torn and the top half wouldn't, and it kind of just bounces up over and over again. So I turned it off. I'll show you how to do that, and it is something that is hardware dependent. If you have certain graphics cards, I believe it works better. If your game, after doing these settings, looks extra blurry, that is the reason why as well. So when I turned it off, my game stopped being so blurry. So hardware GPU scheduling, for my system, increases stutters. For a lot of other people, increases stutters, and for my game, made it blurrier. It did seem to give me more frame rate when I don't have these settings on, but overall, it seemed to be less stable on my system. So I'll show you how to turn that off. I suggest trying it with it on first, and then if you don't like the results, turn it off and see how you like it instead. So what you do is just go to search, type in graphic settings, click graphic settings here, and then change default graphic settings, and then hardware accelerated GPU scheduling. Go ahead and turn this off, and then you have to reset your PC. So try it with it on first, see how it goes for you. If you like the results, if it's not too blurry, if you can't notice any stutters or anything, you could leave it on if you want. But yeah, turning this off improved my motion clarity and my visual clarity of my game, and improved the stutters a lot. So this was causing my system to stutter like every second. Having that minimum frame rate set up with my render resolution higher is absolutely the best my game has ever looked. My game looks freaking incredibly good now. My motion clarity is incredibly good now. It just looks so much better. So I think you guys will end up liking that a lot. Your mileage may vary. I'm guessing if you have a beast of a machine, this might not do much for you. If you have a really like crappy machine, this should help a lot. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope that helped. Don't forget to check me out at twitch.tv/GameSager. I'm GameSager everywhere. I have a tech help section in my Discord now. So if you end up having issues and you need a little bit of extra help, just go post in there. Let me know what's going on, and I'll try and figure out a fix for you. So yeah, if this ended up working for you and it improved your performance on your game, I would love for you to post in the comments and let people know that, yeah, it's not snake oil. This does work, because it absolutely improved my system and my game a lot.